Hello there, friends. Lynn Limburger, the Health and Fitness Motivation Podcast. Okay, you guys, we're rocking on. We're continuing on our series, our mini series within this podcast called Get Organized. And if this is your first podcast, go back, look at all these previous podcasts in your playlist. There's a bunch of them now called Get Organized, and you'll catch up and be right along with what we're doing here. Okay, today we're continuing that subset of our exercise space. So yesterday, or our last podcast anyway, we looked at what kind of exercise equipment we need or want, make sure we love it. We also looked at it really more in context of if you're a couch to active student, what kind of exercise equipment you might need or want. And then encourage you to look also outside of that. What other things are you doing for fitness? So now we figured out where we want to do our exercise. We figured out what equipment we need or want. Now, today, today we need to make space for that. So today we are going to clear the clutter. That's all we're going to do. That's all we're going to do today, because for some of us, it's going to be a really big job. For others, this might be a slam dunk. But we're going to look at the space we picked out in our home where we say, this is going to be my dedicated exercise space. Now, it might be like your dedicated TV watching space / family room / exercise space. It may be your bedroom / exercise space. In my case, it's actually my office / exercise space. It's the same room. So when you guys see me teaching a class and you see me on that Zoom call and that video, that camera that is faced on me is actually sitting on my desk. And it's the very same camera that I use when I'm at my desk in one-on-one calls with people or on other meetings, or if I, come onto social media and it looks like I'm sitting at my desk, very same camera. So I even do this. I share my office space with my main exercise space. So pick out what that space is for you, and then go through and clear out clutter. And this is twofold. One is just clutter, like things you have around that you're like, I've really been meaning to clean that up or clear it out. Okay. This is what you're going to do today. You're going to clear out that space, even if you don't have it completely done 100%. Okay. Because we don't want to get stuck in perfectionism. We don't want to get stuck in like, okay, I can't move that thing there. I can't move that plant because then I'm not quite sure where I want that plant to go. Or I can't move that bookshelf because I'm not quite sure where I want the bookshelf to go then. I mean, maybe you don't have a bookshelf to move. I hope you don't have a bookshelf to move. That sounds like a big job. But maybe you do. What you're going to do is you're going to make that exercise space, even if it causes a little bit of chaos somewhere else in your house. Okay? And that's going to be okay. It's really going to be okay. Trust me, it'll be okay. So if that means you've got like a pile of, I don't know, you have a craft that you've been meaning to work on, but you haven't worked on this craft in like 3 years. You're going to take that and put it in a box and then throw it in a closet. Or throw it in your garage if you have a garage, or put it in another room, or put it right in the middle of another room to remind you to quit looking over it and get to it someday. That's what you're going to do. And I had to do this myself when I moved into my house in September. I had what I call my boxes of doom. I think maybe I've talked about this before. My boxes of doom. These are the things where you put all this crap in a box and you're like, I can't get rid of it. I can't give it away for whatever reason, but I don't want it to be tripping over it anymore. So I literally did this with my exercise space just a couple of weeks ago. I had like 3 boxes left. I put those boxes in my hallway. Now, I am not a fan of having things sitting in my hallway, but since I did that and they're right in front of me, I've gotten it down to 2 boxes, and I think in the next day or two, I might be able to get it down to one box of crap, right? In the meantime, I put those out there a couple weeks ago. In the meantime, I've had these weeks of having this beautiful exercise space that's not cluttered, that's clean, and I feel like I can breathe in the space, and it makes me smile, which is so awesome, you guys. That's what we need, we need our spaces, our exercise spaces, to be something that makes us smile and not be like, all this junk around and my weights are here and they're in the way of these pillows, and like, no, integrate it all together. I know some of you are ahead of me on this. You've already done this. Like, some of you have already figured out, like, oh my gosh, if my family room is my exercise space, underneath a coffee table or underneath a side table is usually a really awesome place to put those hand weights. Maybe, or depending on your couch, right underneath your couch, depending on what kind of couch you have, right underneath your couch, you can just boop, 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 slide those hand weights. Boom. Get a little basket, put your TheraBands in them. Like, have maybe a big basket, throw your yoga mat in it. Or maybe your yoga mat, if you use one, we don't all, but maybe your yoga mat is just a permanent fixture on the floor because you use it every single day. Wow, wouldn't that be crazy, huh? Now, obviously, tripping hazards, you got to really, really, really watch out for that. Stay safe, stay injury-free. But that's what you're going to do today is, now that you've thought through what equipment you have, maybe you just ordered some equipment. Maybe you have hand weights on their way. Isn't that exciting? Ooh. Now start thinking about the space you need to exercise. If you're in my classes specifically, we talked about that, a 6x6 minimum space. Maybe you can get away with a 6x4, 6 foot by 4 foot. If you have like an 8x8, that's like space that's fabulous. But yeah, something like that. So you can just have a little room to do it. Yeah. And don't be afraid to just kind of go for it. If you don't like what you change, you could always change it back. Yeah. So that's today. We have one more after you get that space cleared out. Tomorrow, we're going to talk about the next piece of our exercise space, and then we're going to move on to our next topic after that. All right. Have a great day. Good luck cleaning everything out. We'll see you tomorrow. If you are new to Couch to Active, that's the mothership of this podcast, head on over to couchtoactive.com. The homepage has your step 1 and step 2 right there. We've got a free resource waiting for you just to help you get going right away, because I care. So head over there. That's Couch to Active. That's TOactive.com. See you there. Bye-bye.